there. And yeah, behind me, this is tornado damage. This is a confirmed tornado that came through Lancaster County yesterday. We did have some strong storms that came through Saturday night, but this actually was with a very quick moving shower yesterday afternoon, probably in the 1 to 2 o'clock time frame. So that is a shed. You're looking at a shed right now that's completely been tossed into a tree. Look at all the insulation mixed into the tree. So the shed was over here. That's the foundation of the shed, okay? So the shed was lifted from here, tossed over into that tree, and then I want you to look at this bush right here. Okay, so here's the shed that was tossed that way, and this bush right here was pushed this way. So if you visualize, you have winds going this way, and then behind me you have winds going that way. That's the twisting motion that's evidence right here that a tornado went through this area, because you have the twisting winds. So we have damage that's actually falling over in different directions. So that's one of the things the National Weather Service looks at when determining if a tornado came through. Sometimes they don't even need to physically come to the area where the damage occurred. They can look at aerial shots, they can look at pictures, so they can determine that just from pictures alone. We'll come around here a little bit and show you, because this was 500 feet in length. That's how long this tornado was on the ground. Not very long, okay? 500 feet, that's it. It started over there in those trees off in the distance beyond the white fence, and it continued tossing that shed into the tree. And if you look way down here, you see a playpen or a piece of playground equipment that's completely been tossed over. And then it looks like there's another shed or something that was also ripped apart. So from there all the way to the other side of that white fence, 500 feet. So this tornado was on the ground for a very brief amount of time, and it kind of hopped and skipped. And what's amazing to me with this is notice all the damage that occurred here. We've got power lines right here that did not even get ripped off the pole. So what that tells me is the tornado could have perhaps skipped and then touched down again on the other side of the power line where that playground equipment is, and the shed adjacent to it. But yeah, here's some more trees being ripped apart. Again, this was a very, very brief freak event. Let's show you over here. My chief photographer, Mike Collins, he pointed this out. See that? That looks like something from the shed that just was sliced into this bush here. You know, it's hard to tell if that actually cut that area of wood, but it just shows you, even when you have something like cardboard that's being flung at a very high speed, it's capable of tearing a branch apart like that. So just really impressive what winds can do. So if you're just tuning in now, yeah, we had a tornado, very brief tornado, move through Lancaster County yesterday. So we're in East Cocalico Township, and that is the shed that was lifted from its foundation, which is right there. So they have a restoration company here helping them clean up. They've been piling a lot of the damage here, but it's just amazing to me. You still see most of this fence standing. The patio furniture on the porch is still there, hasn't even moved. So another thing we look at in determining whether a tornado came through or straight line winds. Straight line winds are usually a little bit more widespread. Everything's falling over in the same direction. With this, it was so concentrated to a small area, and it was so short-lived. You know, it was, again, only 500 feet. So this damage or the results of the tornado are preliminary. We're not quite sure yet how strong it was. The National Weather Service will likely make that determination, but they did confirm about an hour ago, maybe it was 30 minutes ago, that a tornado, in fact, did move through here yesterday. And I know Saturday we had some bigger storms move through the area, but this was actually an event that occurred yesterday in a very isolated fashion, in a very hyper-localized part of Lancaster County. It was very brief, but you see how even just a brief event like this can do quite a bit of damage. But yeah, just look at that. I mean, all the insulation in the tree, and you still, look at that. I don't know if that green chair was still there, but I mean, look at the two bushes. They're still standing, completely untouched. I mean, when you hear the phrase, you know, tornadoes can completely destroy one home and leave its neighbor completely untouched, You're seeing that right here. And just the fact that, you know, we have patio furniture in the same position it was yesterday, and then next to it you have an entire shed that's picked up and blown over and tossed into the tree. And the owner that was here actually didn't even hear anything, woke up and happened to find it like that. So yeah, quite an event here yesterday. We'll have more, of course, coming up on CBS 21 News at 5 and 6 regarding this event. So we'll see you then. Live in East Cocalico Township, Meteorologist Ed Russo reporting.
I never know how these end, so I'm just gonna